Once more, may it please my Lord, let me start by thanking you for the opportunity given to us to see you as such a short notice. My colleagues have made some points which I may like to elaborate a little bit on. I think the first point there is the issue of fast-tracking gender-based violence cases and the issue of the family courts that was raised. And allied to this is also the issue of stigmatization from society, and also the way some of these matters are actually handled in the courts, which sometimes scares away victims or survivors of gender-based violence. That if there is anything that could be done in terms of the rules of court or administrative procedures and guidelines to ensure that these victims have their day in court without being unduly exposed and their privacy to a great extent protected, which will encourage others who suffer such violence to be able to come forward rather than being totally exposed and stigmatized at the end of the day. And the second point request we are making is that as the head of this judiciary, if there is any way, although I know there's a National Judicial Institute which is charged with training judges, if there's any way the Sokoto State Judiciary can take advantage of various courses and training programs on GBV, which is quite available today, and which, if it pleases your Lordship, that special package and trainings could also be arranged for this judiciary through donor support and others, if it is something that is you are agreeable to. And then, thirdly, we have challenges with implementation of some provisions of the Penal Code of Sokoto State, which, going through it, strictly says that any person below the age of 18 is still considered as a minor and incapable of giving consent to a lot of sexual intercourse or a lot of things. But we still see quite a number of things happening in the society, because if we look at the multiple indicator cluster survey reports, we look at the health and demographic surveys reports, we still see a lot of child brides, child marriages, and these are people clearly under that age of 18, which is also leading to health complications, children not being able to complete their basic education in violation of the relevant state laws and federal laws, which says that everybody should be entitled to get free and compulsory basic education before he or she starts doing any other thing. So if there is a way the judiciary can be helped a little bit more by a much more closer interpretation of these issues around the real age that somebody becomes a major, so that we could have more girl childs complete their education. And finally, the issues that have been laid out about the Violence Against Persons Protection Bill and the Child Protection Bill. Incidentally, the VAWG bill is currently before the State House of Assembly, is the Child Protection Bill, which has not gotten to that stage. I know that this is for different stakeholders like the State House of Assembly to handle and the executive, but if there's still a way you can still lend your voice to support the passage of these bills, particularly the VAWG bill, which is now before the State House of Assembly, we will very much appreciate that. So let me formally present two publications, a publication that we did in respect of sexual and gender-based violence in Sokoto State to you, so that thank you.